Bench scoring. We just have a lot of girls who can't play, but I hate to say it. I don't know what she's going to do. I think she's going to have to get a couple of transfers, but it's just too many where you're not lucky, where you're missing. You can't miss that much. That's what gets you right there. It does. I told you what your dad said.
I don't know.
If my dad dies first, I got dibs on Vicky. Anyway.
How are you?
Okay, I'm hanging in there. I get these damn respiratory infections in the winter. They just kill me. And I don't know what to do. I'm going to go to a holistic doctor. See if there's something in my diet or my sleep. What? Yeah.
It's time of year to start.
It's hard on everybody.
I feel it. Yeah, I'm not depressed. Like, I'm you're bored, but you're not motivated. But today, I thought I am not one of the bosses in Las Vegas, and I decided I was going to go on my road. And I decided to have a time. Anyway, I'm going to go say hi to Robbie and the Simons. They were in the
Oh, were they? Oh, I thought I saw some Simons.
So I'm going to go say hi to them. Good to see you.
Did you? Final game stats? Final game stats? I never got any final game stats.
No, you can throw it a break. I haven't seen her yet. So, yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
We have like 15 minutes, Travis, so we'll be fine. It's a late start, obviously.
Nick, this just fell down.
Oh, thanks. He's starting.
Yeah. He's a player. He could really shoot it.
Welcome back to the Carroll College PE Center Frontier Conference action. Earlier it was the women dropping a close one, 59-57. But the Fighting Saints men are set to do battle with the Ore Diggers, their rivals from the mining city, coming to town. Nick Dietz and Gary Turcott in the Team Quest broadcast booth. And Gary, Fighting Saints put up their best performance of the year, 101-88 victory in Great Falls Thursday over a team that was tied for the Frontier lead. Now they get to take on the team that they were tied with, the Ore Diggers, atop the standings, and they have been kind of in a little bit of a free fall. They've had some injuries and some poor performances, so the Saints would love to get above 500 for the first time in conference play this season.
Well, as you said, Nick, Braden Cook, the outstanding shooting guard for Montana Tech, I see he's in crutches, so he will not be playing. I'm sorry to see it. You know, he was a great player at Helena Capital and Gatorade Player of the Year, and certainly hope that he gets a quick recovery before the end of the season. But that hurts Montana Tech. But Levi Torkinson, Great Falls High kid, also a football player and a good one, a wide receiver.
He'll be starting in his place, and he's a shooter. He's a pure three-point shooter. But he's only 5'9", so that means that Tech will be playing with 2 small guards, which helps Carroll because Carroll's playing with 2 small guards.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that kind of evens it out a little bit.
Part of what we saw on Thursday, there was a switch in the starting lineup. Dan Pearson elected to go with 2 of his, as you mentioned, smaller guards.
Yeah.
Lawrence De La Cruz and Kellen Harrison. And they proved to be up to the task immediately, both coming up with a steal. Harrison was impactful from beyond three-point range, put up a career-high 21. And the Fighting Saints were able to pick up that victory on the road. It was really impressive, and they've got a lot of talent, and they're going to have Murat Guzlocic. He'll be recognized on senior night.
Yes.
So the Fighting Saints, they got off to a rough start in conference play. Then they rattled off 3 victories to get to 3-3. Then it was kind of a herky-jerky, but they are 6-6, and they're in the mix.
Well, they certainly played well Thursday night. That's the best I've seen them play. Although they had a great game against Rocky at home, but on the road, they went in on senior night at Providence. And here's Rochelle right now, Nick. I'm going to let you have Rochelle.
Yeah, we'll take a break from the men's action to get the head coach of the Fighting Saints on for a second, Rochelle Sayers, as her team played on senior night. So welcoming into the Team Quest broadcast booth, the head coach of the Fighting Saints women's team, Rochelle Sayers. Coach Sayers, it was a game that was always one possession in the second half for the most part. 2 good teams playing hard, and ultimately some execution down the stretch and some turnovers were part of the undoing. What was your thoughts?
Well, I thought the first half was probably to our demise. We didn't defend very well in the first half. To give up 37 points and a half for us is big. And so I thought that's where it really started. And then we played, catch up most of the game. Kendall was unbelievable. She kept us in it. But we've got to have some other people that step up and help offensively. And we're battling defensively. We're battling on the boards. But we have to have that same focus on the offensive end. Our execution wasn't very good. But I didn't think Tech did anything special or different that we weren't ready for. I just felt like, they made some plays in the first half and we didn't. And, it just, when we're scoring high 50s, low 60s, and you give up 37 and a half, then that's a big mountain to climb for you. Now we're looking at a 70-point game, and that's not really us.
And your group will have the opportunity to play in front of the home fans on Thursday, but tonight recognizing a couple really vital players to the program over the last several seasons. Talk a little bit about the impact from the personal perspective, in addition to what they've done on the basketball floor. Eddie Ekstrom and Kendall Keller.
Well, those 2 are pretty special to me personally, but they've been staples in this program. Obviously, Addie for 4 years, and Addie battled through 2 ACL injuries, and people just don't understand what that means. That's 18 months of rehab, 18 months away from your team. Everybody sees the injury and feels bad when it happens, and those bandages come off, and then the work starts. And it's 18 months of, sitting in a training room by yourself, sitting at home, sitting at PT, doing all these exercises to get back on the floor. And so, like I said before, she's kind of the heart and soul of our program and an inspiration for her teammates. And obviously, you see what Kendall means to us when you see what she did tonight. And she, if we were to have gotten that win, she would have willed our team to that win. And, she's a winner. She's won, state championships. She's won 2 championships here. And, she's just one of those players that She just shows up and does the work every single day. I've never had to challenge Kendall. I've never had to question Kendall. She's just that kid that just gives you every single thing she has, and it's in practice, it's in a shooting drill, it's in a game, and nothing phases her. I wish we could bottle her confidence and her demeanor and every player we had, because you wouldn't know if she'd scored 30 or if she went 0 for 30. She just doesn't get phased. She knows she's put in the work, and she plays with that confidence.
So Kendall Keller and Addie Ekstrom, two Saints greats. Rochelle Sayers, head coach of the Fighting Saints, thanks for your time, and thanks for recognizing two players really important to the program and the great success you've had in the last several seasons. And the Fighting Saints faithful will get to see them Thursday against the Battling Bears. Thanks for your time. That was Rochelle Sayers, head coach of the Carroll College Fighting Saints. Her team drops a tough one, 59-57 at home to the Ore Diggers. And as we mentioned, we've got a matchup on the men's side up next as we were discussing that one. The Fighting Saints 6-6 in conference play. They scored 101 against Providence. They had a little bit of a tweak to the lineup with Lawrence De La Cruz and Kellen Harrison to go along with the conference leading scorer, Isaiah Crane, averaging 17 a game is Isaiah. So those three, joined by Derek Kramer and Isaac Brown, make up the starting five for Coach Dan Pearson. And he's going to be taking on a group who have won the last couple conference championships, the Montana Tech Ore Diggers. They bring in arguably the best player in the conference, Hayden Deacons, a 6'6" junior from Geraldine, Montana, and Fort Benton High School. He's kind of the straw that stirs the drink for them on offense and defense. He'll be asked to do a little bit more with no Braden Cook available due to injury. So it's Afani Okiki, Keely Bake, Michael Ure, all familiar names to those who pay attention to basketball around the Frontier Conference. And then Levi Torgerson joins the starting lineup. So we're going to take a break. When we return, Gary and I will look ahead one more time before tip-off to this one. You're looking at the home of the Fighting Saints on Rewind 94.9 FM, online, kcap.com.
I thought we would win probably one of the next two. That was just my gut feeling, because Rochelle's more than likely going to get her 300th win in the Northern.
Yeah. Well, we got to win Thursday.
Oh, I know. Exactly. And it's hard to beat a team 3 times.
Welcome back to the Carroll College PE Center. Nick Dietzen and Gary Turcotte from the Team Quest broadcast booth. So, Gary, what are the keys to this one in your opinion?
Well, I'm not exactly sure what's happened to Montana Tech. They've lost 3 in a row. I know they lost Braden Cook, and that's a big loss. Montana Tech plays very good defense. They'll play better defense than what Providence did. Carroll won't get as many open three looks as they did Thursday night.
Take it easy on us.
You will. Hey, Greg. Good.
As the officials come to the scorer's table,
And they said, take it easy on us. But so Carroll probably going to have to play a little bit better defense than they did. And that's hard to do when you have a small lineup. They're going to have a lot of kids shoot the ball well, because you won't get as many good looks against this team as you did against Providence.
there you have it, the keys to the game presented by Helena Valley Addiction Services, where the key to sobriety is a solid support system. Take the first step at HelenaValleyAddictionServices.com. We will take a break, the national anthem forthcoming, and then we'll return with tip-off from the Carroll College PE Center. Stick with us. You're listening to the home of the Fighting Saints on Rewind 94.9 FM and online, kcap.com. Welcome back to the Carroll College PE Center Frontier Conference men's basketball action. Forthcoming here as the visiting Montana Tech Orediggers, 8-4 in the Frontier Conference. Adam Hyatt, 9 seasons as head coach of the Orediggers. His starting lineup includes Keely Bake, a 5'11 senior from Fairfield, Montana. Levi Torgerson is a 5'9 junior from Great Falls, Montana. In the front court, Afani Okiki, a 6'7 senior from Rancho Cucamonga, California. Hayden Deacons is a 6'6 junior from Geraldine, Montana. And Michael Ure, 6'7 senior from Idaho Falls, Idaho. That's the starting five for the Montana Tech Orediggers. And we mentioned that a little bit of a change last time to the lineup for the Fighting Saints, and they are going to have a 3-guard backcourt. Lawrence Taylor Cruz is a 6-foot junior from Winnipeg, Manitoba. He came from Central Wyoming Community College. You got Kellen Harrison, a 6-foot freshman from Bozeman, Montana. Isaiah Crane is a 6-foot freshman from Portland, Oregon. In Jesuit High School, he leads the conference in scoring at over 17 points per game. Isaac Round, a 6'4" freshman from Northampton, England, is a freshman. And then Derek Kramer, the man in the middle for Dan Pearson's group. Derek, a 6'9" junior from Bellevue, Washington. So that's the starting 5 for Dan Pearson. First year as head coach of the Carroll College Fighting Saints. So Gary, Hayden Decons, Coach Pearson talked about it in the pregame. He covers so much ground getting to the basket, almost one step, and it seems like he can go from the three-point line to almost the rim.
Well, he and Ifeanyi Okeke are so athletic. I mean, they're two of the best athletes in the conference, in the Northwest, really. And they are good at the defensive end, and they're really good at the offensive end. And they'll have to have big games here tonight for Tech. And Tech's reeling. They've lost 3 in a row. I don't know how they did manage to do that, but they're reeling. So they'd like to get the ship straightened out tonight. And Carroll's just on the other way. They just won a huge road win against the Argos here Thursday night.
So the Fighting Saints in their home white jerseys and purple numbering, and the visiting Diggers in black jerseys with copper numbering. Keely Bake from Fairfield, Montana, sends it off, and Okeke skip pass. This is a team with a lot of experience. Hayden Decons has got a bunch of size on the matchup there. He doesn't shoot a lot of threes. He goes baseline. And then a little help defense. Kellen Harrison able to force a turnover.
So there is a mismatch. Whoever, Carroll's got 3 small players on the floor, and whoever's going to guard Decons, that's going to be the mismatch.
But the Saints make up for it with good hustle there from Harrison, and they've got the ball going right to left on the radio dial. Crossover dribble and a three-pointer by Isaiah Crane. He knocks it down, and he's been more and more comfortable from beyond the arc. A Jolene Lloyd Berkshire Hathaway three-pointer from Isaiah Crane. So first basket came from the Fighting Saints, and they lead 3-0. Jolene Lloyd is your hometown real estate expert supporting hometown sports. She was a great three-point shooter in her own right, so she sponsors the three-point shooting, and the Saints had a great performance from beyond the arc against the Argos, and they picked up where they left off. And Michael Ure, the center, misses a three, but the offensive board came to Decons. He couldn't convert. He got his own miss. So Keely Bake now driving the lane, and athletic move up and under Keely Bake. That's about as impressive as you can see.
Fairfield's finest.
Hanging in the air. So De La Cruz, the Canadian, off to Round. Round will shoot a three. He can't make that one. Ends up in the hands of Bake. He looks up the floor to Okeke. Skip pass to Torgerson, playing in place of Braden Cook, who's injured. Decons now out to Okeke. 3-2 is the score early on. First half action from the PE Center. Now Okeke defended by Harrison. He's got a good size advantage there. Nice job by Isaac Round. Good hands by him. Ball goes out of bounds off of Ure. So Saints defense impressive early on.
Yeah, and they're going to need it tonight.
Round. So on the floor right now, you've got 4 players who did not see playing time last year for the Fighting Saints. Round tries another three, can't convert. Derek Kramer kept it alive, and then Isaiah Crane was able to draw a foul.
You know, Isaiah doesn't look physically strong, but he is. He's a pretty slight frame, but he's physically powerful. I mean, he really handles contact.
So the first foul on Hayden Decons. And we see Derek Kramer working in the post. Kicks it out. Good ball movement. De La Cruz will step into a three. Can't convert. And Derek Kramer draws an offensive foul on Ure.
Ooh, no, that was the other way. That was the other way.
Yeah.
Ure was holding him. Whoa.
So the Saints lead 3-2. Yep, I called it wrong.
Yeah.
I thought it was going the other way.
That's what you and I saw from our angle.
So Bake into the front court. Decons. Now Torgerson steps into a three. Can't convert. Rebound, De La Cruz. De La Cruz, the junior. Backs it out. Looking for a teammate. He finds Round, who's 0 for 2 from three-point range. Crane made the first one, but the rest of the shots have come from beyond the arc. Kellen Harrison tripped up, drawing a foul on OKK. So a couple fouls for both teams.
Kellen Harrison has added so much to this starting lineup Thursday night, especially on the offensive end. He's such a threat.
Three-point shooting at a career high. Throws a pass to the streaking Round, who's fouled by Torgerson. So a lot of fouls early on here, just 3 minutes into it, Gary. 5 total fouls, 5 total points. Lawrence De La Cruz will be inbounding it from the baseline into Derek Kramer. Gives it back to De La Cruz. Essentially 3-point guard types on the floor for Dan Pearson's group. And one of the other players, Isaac Round, who has the ball, one of the best passers on the team. Crane dribbles it off his foot, and Okeke comes up with it. And now we got Decon's corner three. No good. Round battling for the board. Oh, boy.
Ooh.
So Round called for the foul. That's twice that Ure has drawn a foul on a rebound attempt. I would have been 0 for 2 on those.
Yeah, yours living large. I mean, those are 2 calls. Easily could have gone the other way, but both
He
of them
fouled
were
out
right.
in the last one, Gary.
He did.
Yeah, he was kind of a non-factor. Decons shot a 3 on the last possession, but that's not really his game. 7 on the shot clock. Okeke's going to work. Good defense by Isaiah Crane. Excellent defense, rather.
God, that's good defense.
Yep.
Isaiah Crane. Yeah.
Harrison up to De La Cruz. Now Round. Off to Derek Kramer. A lot of congestion in the middle there. Another foul.
And that's
so
on,
this has been called tight.
That's 2 on Okeke.
James Lang checks in. Lawrence De La Cruz checks out. James Lang, junior from Jesuit High School in Portland, Oregon.
And you can just see the defense, both teams coming in here with a real defensive mindset. It's not very many open looks.
Derek Kramer got the inbounds, and he's going to go to work. Backing down Ure. And he skips it over to Kellen Harrison. 12 on the shot clock. James Lang off to Round. Gets it back from him. Sends it to the corner. And then streaking to the basket was Derek Kramer, and he couldn't convert. So an offensively challenged start to the game. Credit to the defenses. Keely Bake. Good three-point shooter. More of the traditional point guard role this is senior season. Came off the bench as more of a offensive presence last year, and he rises up with it.
And they got Ure that time. And Harrington drew that foul. Harrison drew that foul. And Ure was trying to cut to the basket. He just ran over the top of him.
So we'll see a substitution here. Josh Kalanges from Trenton, New Jersey. He was impressive in the last game. And then the big man, Connor Michaud from Frenchtown High School. And then Murat Guzlocek checks in and clean shaven. Murat onto the floor. Derek Kramer heads to the bench. So you've got the first substitution for, or second substitution rather, for Dan Pearson with James Lang. And then Isaiah Moore also onto the floor from Fairfield, California. They want to get Murat posted up as Crane drives the lane, can't convert. Ure clears the board. Now Keely Bake into the front court. Backs it out. Now Decons off to Michaud. And a 3-ball, no good. Nice rebound by Isaac Round. James Lang into the front court. Tech's so good in transition defense. They really don't give up much.
No, they're just a very good defensive team. Very physical. They play it real tight. Take away
Corner three on the way from Isaiah Moore is long, and Murat called for the loose ball foul.
Which he did.
So Michael Ure has been picking up fouls on Carroll players.
Yeah.
5 minutes. We have not seen a basket in the last 4 minutes of game time. 14:28 remaining on the Mike Miller State Farm Insurance scoreboard. Saints lead 3-2, each team with one field goal. So Gary, this one is low scoring.
Very low, very defensive oriented, which I thought it would be.
Flanges. Keely Bake. Bake between the legs. Dribble. Now Rhett Reynolds on the floor for Tech. Big man. Nice hands by Isaiah Moore. Gets the steal from Decons, and he goes behind the back and he loses the handle. And then Decons dives for it, but he hit the end line, so it's a turnover. De La Cruz and Derek Kramer onto the floor. Timeout on the floor. We'll take a break, and when we return, maybe we'll see some offense. You're listening to the home of the Fighting Saints on Rewind 94.9 FM and online, kcap.com. Welcome back to the Carroll College PE Center. The Carroll College Fighting Saints 3, the Orediggers of Montana Tech 2. It's 6 minutes and 1 second into this one, and we have 5 points.
Yeah, this is defensive oriented. Two teams really getting after it. This is going to be a hard game to officiate because of the physicality and the ball's not going through the hoop. That makes it really hard.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Inbounds play. James Lang essentially gets destroyed.
Yeah.
And no foul. Ball goes out of bounds. And they will have a chance to inbound it, the Fighting Saints. De La Cruz, trigger man, gets it inside to Murat. Picks up his dribble, gets double teamed, throws it to the far corner. De La Cruz keeps it alive, and James Lang with the pull-up jumper, and he knocks it down. So there we go, 5-2 now. Saints lead on the mid-range jumper from James Lang. Kalangis off to Bake. He's been held in check so far. He's got such a quick release. Kalangis will put one up. And that, if you've ever seen a good bounce on that one,
yeah.
3 ball, so that connects 5-5. All tied up here. First half action from the PE Center. Derek Kramer gets the catch, double teamed. Searching for a teammate, he throws it out to James Lang. The two big lineup on the floor right now for Dan Pearson's group. Isaiah Crane sitting. You got De La Cruz, Isaiah Moore, Murat Kuzlochek. Derek Kramer's going to shoot a 3. You don't see that ever. And he buries it.
Yes, he did.
Derek Kramer, desperation.
He just doesn't take him. He's got a good looking shot. What do you call?
Timeout.
Oh, timeout.
30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. Reminder that all season long, Carroll College basketball presented by Furniture Showroom. Why pay more? Every day is a great day to buy new home furnishings at Furniture Showroom. And by Placer Subaru. There's buying a Subaru, then there's buying a Subaru from Placer Motors Subaru, west of town on Highway 12. 8-5. Derek Kramer. Might have been his first 3 of conference play.
He's got a good-looking shot. He just doesn't very often take it. He's usually inside. But
time was expiring on the shot clock, and he had to take it.
And then on the inbound, Carroll's man-to-man pressure forced Tech to take a timeout.
So 12:49 to go. The Saints lead 8-5, and we got the same lineup on the floor for Fighting Saints. Two bigs, Kramer and Guzalocek, De La Cruz, Lang, and Moore. Torgerson brings it up the floor. Michaud to Deacon's floater. He's awfully good at that. Converts 8-7. He's quick. He's fast. He's long.
Yeah, you're not going to block that shot. I mean, he if he can get it, you're not going to block it. He's up so high.
Entry pass to Murat. He goes baseline. He gets all sorts of room, and then Deacon swats it away. He can
as a
great
help
shot
defender,
blocker.
yeah.
And Michaud can't get the handle on that one. Ball goes out of bounds. We're going to see substitution. Carson Peffer and Michael Ure, as well as Okiki.
And Okiki does have 2 fouls. And they're going to put him, I don't know if yeah.
Isaac Round and Isaiah Crane onto the floor for the Fighting Saints. Murat will head to the bench. 8-7. Saints lead by 1. 12-11 remaining in this one. Saints scored 101, if you can believe it, just a couple nights ago. Looking to get to double figures in total. As we dip under 12 minutes to go in the first half. De La Cruz drives baseline, kicks it out to Isaiah Moore. Now Moore is attacking, and he scores off the window. 10-7. Good take by Isaiah.
Yeah.
Saints lead by 3. Torgerson up to Peffer. Kalangis. Good take, but the shot block, Derek Kramer comes away with it.
Yeah. He's gotten better defensively as the year's gone along.
Round. De La Cruz going baseline. And turns it over. Rare turnover for Lawrence De La Cruz. Got put in a tough place. Credit to the Tech defense. Peffer steps back, kicks it out. Kalangis, feet set, 3 ball is long. Isaiah Moore gets the rebound, pushes the pace. Round, corner 3, on the way, and good. Adam Hyatt wants a timeout. 13-7, Fighting Saints up 6, full timeout. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more Fighting Saints basketball when we return. You're listening to the home of Carroll College basketball on Rewind, 94.9 FM, and online, kcap.com. Welcome back to the Carroll College Peace Center. Nick Dietzen and Gary Turcott in the Team Quest broadcast booth. Gary, Saints lead 13-7, and really it's been their defense that has been impressive for the most part here.
It really has. They Tech is not getting very many good shots. 1 or 2. And Tech's just been struggling offensively here these last 3 ball games. They've dropped 3 in a row, and it's hard to say why. I thought they were when we saw them a month ago, I thought they were maybe going to go deep into the playoffs.
Ranked 15th in the nation. Fani Okiki gets the entry pass into Deacons. A little quick, and he doesn't convert, and cleared by Derek Kramer. So good play by the Saints as they lead by 6.
Yeah, by Adam Hyatt. I think that was smart to get Deacons and post him up. I would do that more.
Kramer.
Ooh.
Almost gets it taken away from him. Throws it to the far corner and unable to corral it was Isaac Round.
Well, you just see, all the teams switch so much anymore, Nick, which is kind of a new thing in basketball. To my brain, but Tech does it so quickly and efficiently, and it can really goof you up. You think somebody's going to be open, and they switch, and he's not open, and it can cause a turnover.
Tech just 25% from the field in this one. They trail by 6 as we're almost halfway through the first half. Carroll 6-6 in conference play. Tech 8-4. Okiki and stolen. De La Cruz into the front court. He's going to search for Crane. Nope, he's going to take it himself, and he scores off the window. Nice coast to coast.
Well, he's a good finisher in the break. He really is.
15-7, largest lead of the game for the Saints. It's 8. Keeley Bake. Out they go. Torgerson gets the pick from Okiki. Now Ure tosses it into Okiki. He's going to work. Throws it cross court. Deacons is going to stutter step, pull back 3, and he beats the buzzer.
Tough shot. Hot back 3. I mean, right next to the sideline. I thought he might even step out of bounds.
And that, like I said, he doesn't shoot a ton of threes. Obviously, he's capable of making them, but likes to be an attacking driver of the basketball. But he knocks that one down, and it's 15-10. 9:05 remaining. Round throws it into Kramer. Defended by Ure. He's going to go to work. Jump hook, short. Derek struggling from the field. Interior post defense by Ure. And Isaiah Moore takes away the Tech miss.
Keeley Bake doesn't take many shots, but he's a dang good shooter.
And a quick release.
Yeah.
Kramer and Ure just battling down there. Lots of hands out there. Crane drives and misses from in close. Torgerson. Now Bake. Good ball movement. Okiki, corner 3. Can't connect, and Isaiah with another good rebound. Pushing it up floor. He's taking on 3 Tech defenders. Thinks better of it. Crane, knifing in the lane. Step back, can't connect. Okiki, he's out into the front court, and he's going to go the whole way and draw the foul. So, that foul assessed to Isaiah Moore.
So, Isaiah Crane, he finishes as well as anybody, but when he's got Okeke on him, Okeke's just as quick as he is.
And long.
And he's so long, and he's been able to just bother him a little bit. But Okeke's got 2 fouls, and I would be worried about him picking up a third one trying to guard Isaiah Crane.
So Fani Okiki misses from the line. We see Harrison Lang and Guzlochik onto the floor for the Fighting Saints. Joining Round and Crane. 7:54 remaining first half action, 15-10. Make it 15-11 on the make from Okiki. He'll head to the bench. Peffer onto the floor. So if you're the Fighting Saints right now, how are you feeling about how this first 12 minutes has gone?
Well, I think Carroll's in good shape here. They seem to be handling the pressure. They're not turning the ball over. They're getting shots, and they're playing good defense.
Kellen Harrison off to Round. Round back to Harrison. Trying to post up Murat, but the quick hands by Rhett Reynolds steps in front of it and gets the steal.
As soon as I said they're not turning it over, they turn it over.
Torgerson lets fly from deep. Murat comes out with the board. The one and done for Tech there. Oh, travel. So back-to-back turnovers for Carroll. 15-11, 7:19 remaining in this one. First half action. Good crowd on hand.
Yeah.
But we've seen some stretches with no points from both teams. And we're in one of those right now. Bake sends it off to Torgerson. Decons. They helped out on him, and he altered his shot, couldn't convert, so the Saints awfully good on the defensive end. Can they find it on the offensive end here? Up 4.
And you said, like one of the things you said, Nick, is how good Tech is transition defense. And that's a lot of Carroll's game that they take away when they're that,
It's a turnover fast all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Isaiah Crane throws that one out of bounds. So Decons will take a break. He'll head to the bench. Okiki back onto the floor. Fani started his career at Carroll. Peffer bringing it up the floor. I think that's a good matchup for Kellen Harrison to potentially get a steal. Bake. Knifing his way into the painted area. Sends it out to Torgerson. He hasn't had the range from 3-point. Tipped out. Crane into the open floor. Taking on Peffer. And in and out. But he draws the foul.
Yeah. It's getting all. One of the reasons everybody's having so much trouble scoring, Nick, is the physicality. Nobody gets a shot without contact, and the refs could call a foul every time down on both teams right now. They just have to pick and choose when it's really a disadvantage with the contact. But it's tough to score when you're getting that much physicality on a shooter.
Isaiah Crane knocks down the free throw from the Finstad Carpet One free throw line. 16-11, 6:04 remaining in the first half. Crane will have one more opportunity here. Leading the conference in scoring. No freshman has led the conference in scoring, but he's currently the leader, averaging 17 a game.
I think Billy Pilgrim did, but that was a long time ago. Back when you were in elementary school.
That was. I think, was he a sophomore, though, his first season?
Oh, that's right. It was. Yeah, that's right. Good point. It was. Ooh.
17-11. Ball almost went out of bounds near the Carroll fans in attendance. Good collection on hand with students. Okiki's not going to get that off in time, so good defense by the Saints continues. They've held the Orediggers in check at 17-11. Harrison. I think he's had a shot attempt, Gary.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shot attempts for Kellen Harrison. He's got the ball, driving and searching for a teammate. He finds Round. 6 on the shot clock. Now Crane rises up for 3, carries it.
Well, that's been the last couple of games.
20-11, largest lead of the game. Saints lead by 9. Off the 3 from Isaiah Crane. Rhett Reynolds, the big man, formerly at University of Montana. Now Bake rises up and buries a 3 over the top of Guzlocic.
Yeah. And they forced the switch there, and that was Murat doesn't want to be guarding a point guard.
20-14. Murat's going to set the pick for Isaiah Crane. Crane rises up for another 3. Can't convert that one. Peffer comes out with the board. 4:14 to go. Bake driving. Tied up. Kicks it out. Open 3 for Okiki. No good. Rebound Crane. So the Saints defense tremendous in this one.
Yeah.
They lead by 6. Timeout on the floor. So 30-second for the Saints. We'll remind you that all season long, Fighting Saints basketball presented by John Lagerquist Century 21 Real Estate. Whether it's a purchase or sale of a building, land, or business, call John Lagerquist Realtor at Century 21 Real Estate. And by Ambient Air Solutions. Sign up for Ambient Air Solutions maintenance program. You can save money right out of the gate with a full system tune-up on your furnace, plus future discount prices with Ambient Air Solutions. 2014 Under 4 to go in this one. Nick Dietz and Gary Turgot. So, Gary,
Yeah.
Saints have 20 as all, which for them is a quiet first half. But they lead by 6, and it's been their defense that has really been impressive. Can't say enough about that. But the Tech shooting, especially from beyond the arc, hasn't been good. And
Even when they've had some good looks. Even when they've had looks, they haven't made them. Yeah.
You got to assume that will change.
Yeah.
They are 3 for 13 from beyond the arc.
I mean, we know that Torgerson can shoot, and he's missed all of his threes.
Yep. Good pass by Round
And that's
to
that
Lang.
back cut out of the corner. Coach Pearson, one of his favorites.
Kalangis called on the foul. James Lang heads to the free throw line where he's shooting 83%.
And Isaac Round, we've talked about his passing. He's just an excellent passer. And he can make a pass like a Magic Johnson pass off the dribble with one hand. And it's a gift when you can do that. You got to have really big hands to do that.
2 for 2 at the line for James Lang, extends the lead to 8. Carroll trying to win back-to-back games and get above 500 for the first time this season in conference play. They're 6-6. Tech's 8-4. Bake in the corner. Good closeout by Lang. Peffer, pump fake, steps in, sends it out. Bake, catch and shoot 3, long, rebound, Kramer. So the cold shooting by the Orediggers has put them in a tough spot with 3:11. They trail by 8. Saints with the ball. Round picks up his dribble off to Isaiah Moore. Isaiah will attack. Sends it into Kramer. Barely gets a hold of it. Now going to work and fighting and scoring on the interior.
Against physicality. Very strong move there by Derek.
10-point lead, 24-14. Largest lead of the game for the Saints. Peffer out to Torgerson. Picks up his dribble, sends it to the corner. Now Peffer. He's got a big size advantage on Lawrence De La Cruz. Bake was cutting and he got fouled. 6 fouls on the Saints, 7 on the Orediggers. Okiki will check in for Peffer.
So that's 2 on Kramer, so he's got to be careful. We might see Murat in for him. Murat looked really tired last time he was in, though. He was really huffing and puffing.
Hasn't got a lot of touches either in the post. Credit to the Orediggers. Okiki just backing down and cleaning it up as decons.
And
with
that's
the
above
offensive
the
board.
rim. He was above the rim when he tipped that in. You don't see that very often.
24-16, 8-point lead for the Fighting Saints. De La Cruz surveying the floor, looking for teammates. He'll take the screen from Derek Kramer. Sends it off to Isaiah Moore, who gets into the lane, attacking. Can't convert, gets his own rebound and puts it back in.
He's having a nice little ball game.
Absolutely.
He has good ones and bad ones, and this is one of his good ones.
Fairfield, California native. Started a fair bit of games for the Fighting Saints. Torgerson, cross-court pass to Bake. Now Ure for 3. Knocks it down from the top of the key.
Good ball movement by Tech that time. Baseline skip, and then an inside out. And that's what Ure likes. He likes that 3 from the top.
26-19, 90 seconds to go in the first half. Nice pass by Isaiah and Derek.
Real nice pass.
And he draws the foul.
And that's 2 on Ure.
So Derek will head to the Finstad Carpet 1 free throw line. For hardwood, laminate, tile, and carpet, go to Finstad's, an employee-owned community partner trusted for over 75 years. Finstad's Carpet 1 on Fuller downtown. Derek knocks down the first, 70% free throw shooter. 8-point lead. A lot of players with 2 fouls, Gary, this last 82 seconds.
And it's a tough game to ref because it's just both teams playing such physical defense.
Decons been relatively held in check. Bake sends it to the corner. Ure throws it into Okiki. Cross-court pass. 10 seconds and a minute to go in the first half. Okiki knifes through the lane and draws a foul.
And
that's on Derek.
I was afraid that, he had 2 fouls. I would have got him out there. Now he's got his 3rd. Yeah.
So Murat will check in.
Yeah. And that's just a bad. That your assistant coach has got to keep on you and tell you, hey, he's got 2, and so 58 seconds left in the half. Your starting 5 guy who you really need picks up his 3rd.
Yep. And Okiki, he's just so nifty off the bounce.
He's
got a lot of. He's aggressive. He's always going to the basket. Not a great free throw shooter though, and he misses that one.
Great hustle by De La Cruz to save that loose ball.
51 seconds remaining in the first half. Saints lead by 9, 28-19. De La Cruz driving and gets his shot rejected by Rhett Reynolds. And it goes off the Saints, so Tech will have Dan Pearson wanted a challenge, couldn't get it. 28-19. Torgerson. James Lang tried to prevent Okiki. Great pass, slam dunk, Rhett Reynolds. So it's 28 seconds remaining, and Isaiah Crane will check in. And I gotta say, Gary, Okiki, his passing is, it's impressive.
Yeah, he's had almost all good games against Carroll since he transferred to Tech. Now he started awfully slow in this one, but he's had a couple of good plays in a row here.
Good defender.
Yeah.
Good passer. Isaiah Crane brings it up the floor. Shot clock's off. 20 seconds to go. Saints lead by 7. Crane draws the.
And he's got decons on him. This will be offense versus defense. Maybe the offensive player in the league versus the defensive player.
Murat was going to come out and set the screen. We don't have much time. Murat jump hook. Can't convert. Decons knocks it out. Unable to get off another shot. So Fighting Saints take a lead into half, 28-21. We'll take a break. We'll be back with halftime from the PE Center. You're listening to the home of the Fighting Saints on Rewind 94.9 FM and online, kcap.com. Welcome back to the Carroll College PE Center. Nick Dietz and Gary Turcott in the Team Quest broadcast booth. The Saints lead 28-21. And Gary, Isaiah Crane, 8 points. Derek Kramer's got 7. And then Isaiah Moore, 4 for James Lang. It's been a low production night for most players. Hayden Deacon's the star of the Orediggers. He's got 7. Keely Beck has 5. But holding the Orediggers to 21 points at half, you got to be pretty excited about that if you're Dan Pearson.
Well, I think everybody's a little bit surprised to see the Orediggers only score 21 points in one half. I mean, I'm kind of in shock over it. The Saints are playing good defense, but the Orediggers, they have had some open looks that they've just missed. And you know they're going to make some of those. At the other end, Carroll cannot turn the ball over. You got to get a shot against these guys every time. And when Carroll's been stagnant with the turnovers. We don't have the stats yet delivered to us, but a few too many turnovers that cost Carroll a little bit of momentum there.
So Tech comes into the season, into this week. They did drop one, but they are the 15th ranked team in the nation.
Yeah.
But they've been on a slide. Carroll kind of going the other way. They're up to 500 right now, and they came off an impressive victory. Saints shot 39% in the first half. Tech just 30.8%, and really tough shooting from beyond the arc. 4 for 15 for the Orediggers.
Yeah, and it's a lot of those were contested too, but some of them were pretty wide open, and eventually they're going to start making those. But Carroll's going to have to keep scoring a little bit more efficiently than they did that half. They need to be more productive, continue to attack, and not turn the ball over, get a shot every time down. And if they do that, they got a good chance in this one.
Carroll plus 6 on the boards, 18-12. They have 6 turnovers. Tech has 5. But Carroll 9 points off turnovers, none for the Orediggers. That's been essentially the difference.
It is when you look at it. Yeah, De La Cruz with a steal, and I'm trying to think who else had a steal, and Isaac Moore had one. He had a steal and went coast to coast and finished. So yeah, those are big plays. Big plays. One of the things that I like about Dan's coaching is how aggressive he teaches his players to be. They rarely overpass. Sometimes you think, well, you should have made a pass there, but he wants aggressiveness. He wants you to attack, and it's starting to pay off for Carroll.
They lead by 7, 28-21. About 9 minutes before game time. We'll resume with the second half. We will take a break. We'll be back with more, and we'll have some updates from around the Frontier Conference scoreboard when we return. You're listening to the home of the Fighting Saints on Rewind, 94.9 FM, and online, kcap.com.
How much time do we have?
You can go if you. Welcome back to the Carroll College PE Center. The Fighting Saints 28, the Orediggers 21. Saints defense has been the story of the first half as they lead the Orediggers by 7, and Tech has been on a little bit of a losing run in the conference. They still are tied for the lead at 8-4 with Providence, but we'll look at the scores on the Mike Miller State Farm Insurance scoreboard in a second here. Bear with me as I pull up the other 2 games in action today. We've got a lot of hoops in the NAIA as I'm scrolling through.
We got Northern at Rocky.
Right.
And I think we have Western at Great Falls.
Right.
I believe, yeah.
And
yeah.
All right. So second half is underway from Dillon. Providence 55. The Bulldogs of Montana Western 51. So that's got 14:21 remaining. And then 12:47 remaining in the second half. Rocky 43. Northern 32. The Battling Bears will come to the PE Center on Thursday. We'll have those games for you Thursday night. The women at 5, the men at 7. So Providence with the lead. And if they were able to win this one,
yeah,
and Tech were to lose, they would have sole possession of first place.
They would. Yeah. And Rocky's starting to play better too. They went through a swoon for a while, kind of that middle first third. They were kind of underachieving, I thought, but maybe they're getting all their guys. They had some injuries, I know, but that they got a 9-point lead over Northern at halftime.
The Saints are 6-6 in the conference. Western 6-6, Rocky 6-6, and then I mentioned the top 2 teams 8-4, Providence and Tech. Northern at the bottom at 2-10, but they did give a loss to the Orediggers, so show that they could beat anyone in the conference when they're playing their best.
Yep.
So as we look to the second half, Gary, what are the key points of emphasis for you?
Okay, Carroll cannot turn the ball over against this defense. They got to run their stuff and get a shot every time down. Continue to attack, force the referee to make calls or not, but don't turn it over. Defensively, continue to do what you're doing. I think if I was Coach Hyde, I'd be going to decons a lot more. And then interesting, who will Carroll start at center? If he starts Derek Kramer, Derek picked up his 3rd foul with a minute to go. I would go at Derek and get a 4th foul on him. So that'll be interesting to see what happens there. And Derek's a smart player, but he'll have to be cautious.
3 fouls on Derek Kramer. That could be
a
big one. Okiki has 2. You mentioned decons with 7. They really haven't had anyone get going so far. Credit to the Saints defense.
Yeah, and Carroll normally gets a few transition buckets off of misses, but like you said, Tech gets back very well, and they're just a good defensive team. That has not been their problem lately. They've had the same problem as Carroll women, just scoring enough points. So I'm sure that Coach Hyatt talked about that at halftime and see if he can't get guys to knock down a few shots, but it's not easy against that Carroll defense, which is pretty intense.
28-21 is the score at halftime. We're going to take one more break, and then we will be back with the second half from the PE Center, so stick with us. You're listening to the home of the Fighting Saints on Rewind, 94.9 and online kcap.com.
Good job. Nice job, honey. You're playing well.
We're playing good defense, but they missed some lot of open looks out there. Yeah. We gotta make a few more. We can't turn it over.
Nick isn't back yet. Give us a little minute, would you?
Welcome back to the Carroll College PE Center second half action. About to get underway. The Fighting Saints with a 7-point lead, but they've got 20 minutes between them and a winning record in conference play. The Saints will start with possession, and they will head left to right on your radio dial. Isaiah Crane starting the action for the Fighting Saints, joined by Lawrence De La Cruz, Kellen Harrison. Murat Guzalocek is in place of Derek Kramer, Gary, to start this second half.
Because with the foul. Ooh.
Traveling violation, so a turnover.
Yeah.
And Gary,
yeah.
Kellen Harrison just hasn't had any shot attempts.
He hasn't had a look. I mean, then that's just size and length and tech defense. They're not going to let him get a look.
That doesn't happen very often.
No.
Starter, no shot attempts in the first half. So they hope to get him going, coming off a career high, 21. Deacons strong with the left hand, which is his dominant hand. He scores off glass. So Carroll, they lead 28-23. They have the possession, and De La Cruz drives, and great drive, poor finish.
He barely misses that shot.
So back come the Orediggers. Ure steps into a deep three, can't connect. And we got a loose ball foul, I believe, on De La Cruz.
Well, that time Carroll had 3 guys inside to get position. Each one thought the other one was going to get the rebound.
So the first 3 minutes is what you're always talking about. We're a minute into this and not going great for the Saints so far. Bad to worse. Keely Bake, 3 ball, and he gets fouled by Guzalocek. So a rough start for the Saints to this half, and we're not even a minute into it. So Murat heads to the bench. Derek Kramer with the 3 fouls checks back in. 28-26, and Keely Bake from Fairfield at the free throw line knocks it down. So a 7-point lead is won all of a sudden, Gary.
The first 3 minutes have gone Tech's way, no doubt about that.
Isaiah Crane, leading scorer for the Saints, leading scorer in the conference. Derek Kramer with a great bounce pass to Kellen Harrison, and he can't convert up in the painted area. His first shot attempt. Bake, Torgerson, Deacons. Everyone getting a touch for the Diggers. Okiki going baseline, spinning, and can't convert off glass, but he sticks with it. He gets the board, and he scores. So 29-28, the Diggers. 8-0 run to start the second half. About 2 minutes into it. 29-28. All right, so the Fighting Saints on offense, trying to find their first points of the half. Some turnovers and some bad fouls. Crane goes baseline and gets rejected by the hoop, I think. I don't know. I think it hit the backboard. Officials converging to talk about it. 29-28. So there's 1 second on the shot clock. James Lang checked in for De La Cruz. 17:50 remaining in this one. Entry pass to Round, and his 3-ball is no good. So shot clock violation, and it's 29-28. Diggers with a 1-point lead. A little bit of pressure going to be applied by the Fighting Saints, perhaps. Crane defending Keeley Bake. Got a 4-point play earlier in the half. Ure with the deep catch gets it knocked out of his hands. 29-28. Diggers up by 1. 8-0 run to this half. First 3 minutes, Gary, all Tech right now. Okiki misses inside, and James Lang comes away with it. Isaac Round throws it into Derek Kramer. Back to Round for 3, and he buries it. Isaac Round, and Dan Pearson wants a 30-second timeout. 31-29. Saints regain the lead off the make from Isaac Round. So he's got 2 threes, and they're going to stretch it to a media. So we'll take a break in the action, and we'll be back with more second half from the PE Center when we return. You're listening to the home of Carroll College basketball on Rewind 94.9 FM and online, kcap.com. No, I think you can go a minute. They said they extended it. Thank you. Welcome back to the Carroll College PE Center. Nearly 3 minutes into it. The Saints gave up an 8-0 run to start the half, but a 3 from Isaac Round regained the lead. They are up 2.
And I think one of the adjustments I see Tech doing, Nick, is going inside. I mean, going to pound it inside. They do have a size advantage, and they have Carroll in a little bit of foul trouble inside. So I think we'll continue to see a lot of interior passes.
So the Fighting Saints on the floor, you got Isaiah Moore, James Lang, Isaac Round, Derek Kramer, Isaiah Crane. They'll pick up the Diggers full court. Okiki, good ball handler for a big man. Decons gets the catch in the post, back to the basket. They'll double him. Ure backs out, now Decons loses his footing.
And that's just a good defense all the way around. Isaiah Moore helps the team defensively. His size and speed, and when he's having an on game, they just put him in, and he was a big part of that stop right there.
Crane bringing it up. Backs out. Physical game. Players jockeying for position. Moore to Crane. It's been quiet for a bit. James Lang. Fade away and buries it over Decons.
Oh, that's a tough shot over Decons.
4-point lead for Carroll, 33-29. Ure fakes the 3, drives, gets deep position, and scores on the interior. 16 and change to go. Round brings it up the floor. Now Lang. James Lang, I don't know, Gary, if I've seen him shoot a 3 in several games. He
took one last game. He took one, yeah. In Great Falls.
Last year he took a lot more, but he's been more aggressive on the interior. Kramer with the streaking Lang. and he draws a foul. And I think that's on Okiki.
And
Yep.
that's good aggressive play by James Lang there. He's a great random cutter. By that I mean he could be on the weak side or could be at the top and the ball goes inside. And he's just a real smart player on how he makes his random cuts.
15:44 to go. Saints lead by 2, and James Lang misses a free throw. That's the third foul on Afani Okiki, and we'll see whether they leave him in. James, good free throw shooter. Second one it's the front of the rim, goes in. So 1 for 2, 34-31. Saints lead by 3. Torgerson's been quiet. Hasn't had the range from 3-point. And he's got the ball going between the legs. Sends it to the corner. Keely Bake rises up. Can't convert. Okiki with the offensive board. Corner, 3-ball. Short, but he stays with it, gets the rebound, draws a foul.
2 offensive rebounds Carroll gave him there. You got to box out. Both times they didn't box, and it paid. You got to box off the shooter. Yeah.
So Michael Ure will head to the free throw line. He's been a multi-year starter for Adam Hyatt's group from Idaho Falls, Idaho. Knocks that one down. He's got some versatility. As you mentioned earlier, he likes to shoot deep.
Yeah. And he's kind of added a little bounce to his game. He'll shot fake and bounce it on you.
And he knocks him down.
Yeah. Carroll had a chance to get a stop there.
34-33, 15 minutes to go. Round with the give to Crane, and he scores off the window. Nice job, Isaiah Crane.
God, that's a nice set.
Delay game warning on Isaiah Crane. 14:55 to go. I think that was the right call.
Yeah,
He kind of booted it. Under 15, Saints lead by 3. Torgerson starting in place of Braden Cook, who's injured. And the Ordiggers have needed some points, and they get it off the flush. Good drop.
Now,
Pocket pass from
Okiki
Bake.
is the only one out there who really can guard Isaiah Crane, and he does have 3 fouls.
Crane's going to attack, draws some contact, can't convert, rebound, Decons. So the Diggers have a chance to take the lead. Ure will put up a 3. It's long, and Crane soars to the board.
In traffic.
Carroll up 1. Kramer gets bulldozed by Decons from behind. No foul. Traveling violation on Crane. So we'll see the international connection of De La Cruz and Guzalocic onto the floor. Crane gets a break. Kramer gets a break. Rhett Reynolds comes in. Michael Ure checks out. 13:56 to go, 36-35. Saints lead by 1. Low scoring game. Keely Bake, the point guard, in the front court. Nice pass into Reynolds. He kicks it out to Kalangis. Now Kiki. Decons. Around the perimeter they go. 11 on the shot clock. Decons steps back. Throws a nice pass in, but Reynolds couldn't handle it.
Good defense all along that time by Carroll.
Isaiah Moore. And he got Round. He's knocked down a couple threes, but every possession's been hard to get a good look for the Fighting Saints. Murat has been quiet. Sets a pick for James Lang, and then they try to That's the second steal by Reynolds. His length and Bake in transition pulls up and knocks down a 3.
All those turnovers, that's 2 turnovers in a row for Carroll. They just kill you. They do.
Keely Bake knocks that one down, gives the Orediggers a 2-point lead, 38-36. Lang picks up his dribble, throws it into Murat, and he scores easily as Reynolds tried to get a 3rd steal in a row. So it's all tied at 38. Kellen Harrison on the floor. James Lang heads to the bench. It's got that grinded out feel, doesn't it, Gary?
Well, it does
Neither
have a
team
grinded
can
out.
really
Yes, it
get
does.
going.
Yeah.
Harrison.
The defense, if anything, Nick, has picked up. It was good the first half. It's even better now. I mean, it's
Crossover, Calanges. Keely Bake kicks it out to an open Decons for 3. No good. Battling for the board. Harrison comes out with it. Harrison in transition finds Isaiah Moore. He goes baseline and he scores. So good feed by Harrison and a good take by Moore. Saints have the lead again, 40-38. De La Cruz putting the pressure on defensively. Calanges. And we got a loose ball foul on De La Cruz. 11:55 remaining. Peffer will check in, as will Levi Torgerson. And for let's see here if I'm right here, Gary. I don't think Levi's scored in this one. Starting in place of Cook.
I
He
don't
is
think
not.
no, he has not scored. Yeah.
So Keely Bake's the leading scorer for Tech. He's got 12. Decons has 9. Calanges squares up for 3, can't convert. Reynolds with the offensive board draws the foul on Murat. Isaiah Crane's got 10. Kramer and Lang with 7 apiece, so nobody really having any individual efforts of note. Been a good defensive battle in this one. Under 12 minutes to go. Saints lead by 2, 40-38. Okiki throws the entry into Reynolds. And the jump hook over the top of Isaiah Moore. 40-40. De La Cruz is around. Moore. Isaac Round, defended by Peffer. And he draws the foul, which was a good call. It's been
it's physical.
It is.
And they're not calling anything off ball. You can get away with about all you want off ball. On ball, they're kind of calling that stuff. But cutters going through there are getting whacked.
Saints have 5 team fouls. That was only the second on the Diggers. Murat will go to work on Reynolds. And we see Reynolds on the foul call. As you said, Gary, that was on ball again.
On ball stuff they're calling. Yeah. The hand checks and that sort of thing.
First foul on Reynolds. Murat gets the catch. He's going to go to work. Kicks it out. They'll throw it back into him. And he's getting shoved. He kicks it out to the open Moore for 3. Can't convert. Reynolds at the board. Okiki now into the front court. Peffer. Peffer spins baseline. Trying to back down Isaiah Moore.
Oh.
They got to say that's on the ground, don't they? Officials converging, trying to get a feel for this one. Kellen Harrison with the foul.
Kellen came within an inch intercepting that pass, which would have been a breakout.
Isaac Round heads to the bench. Derek Kramer on the floor, so the 2 big lineup for the Saints. Ure will sub. And he will inbound from the sideline right near us. 40-40. 10:48 to go. You can just feel the sense of urgency for both teams here. Tech on a losing streak. The Saints trying to get above 500. in conference play. Kalanges with a good step through move, and he scores off the glass. Just a freshman from New Jersey. Wow. Physical game, Gary.
Yeah.
Thought there'd be a call there. 10-13 to go. Harrison loses his footing, throws it off to De La Cruz. De La Cruz scores on the interior. All tied at 42. Torgerson brings it up the floor. That's a good matchup between two football players.
Yeah.
Kalangis kicks it to the far corner. Peffer sets his feet, knocks down a three.
Kalanches is actually helping him quite a bit, defensively and offensively, just a freshman.
So the Diggers lead by 3 off the make by Peffer. He's from Chatsworth, California. 3-ball, Kellen Harrison finally finds the range. All tied up, 45. Torgerson picks up the dribble. Now Yer cast a 3. No good. Rebound, De La Cruz. Always pushing the pace is Lawrence. Backs it out. Moore driving and gets rejected by Reynolds, the big man from Shelby. Kalangis, far corner. Torgerson, 3-ball in and out. Peffer gets the board. Saints surviving some of these threes, but at any moment, they're going to start going. Reynolds to Peffer. Step back 3. Way short. De La Cruz with the board. 8:30 to go. Dan Pearson wants a quick timeout. 30-second variety. So Gary, 45-45.
Yeah.
Hard to get any sort of advantage here.
Well, I think Harrison hitting that 3, he's a guy that could really help him because he's fearless, and if you give him any room at all, he's got a great chance to make that 3. And I think Isaiah Crane's been out for a while. I think probably get him back in here. He is such a great crunch time player. Yeah.
He's got 10.
Yeah.
3 for 8. Tough game though on the defensive end. We see 37% shooting for the Orediggers, 44% for Carroll. There's Saints +1 on the boards.
Hey, Coach.
And you got
Get to check in over here.
turnovers. You got 9 for Carroll, 7 for the Diggers.
Be ready for back door. Be ready for back door.
Here comes Isaiah Crane, as you mentioned, Gary. He's back onto the floor with Round, Moore, Lang, and Kramer. James Lang fires it off to Crane. Crane driving. Decon's on defense. And turnover. Suffocating defense by the Diggers leads to a turnover.
Yeah, the thing that they do is when you get inside in the paint, there's 3 guys waiting for you. They're all athletes, and it is tougher on Isaiah Crane against this team than anybody else in the league.
Yeah, and you can tell he's frustrated because
Yeah.
he's so used to getting what he wants in the interior.
Yeah, I think he's going to have to pull up.
Kalangis, defended by Lang. Screen from Okiki. Tie up by James Lang. Good high effort play by the junior from Jesuit High School, Portland, Oregon. Possession arrow remains with Tech. 5 seconds on the shot clock. 7:50 to go. All tied up at 45. Decons gets the catch. Fall away. No good. Rebound James Lang. 60 feels like it'd be good enough to win, Gary. Crane. Can't convert. Rebound Kramer. He scores and he gets the harm. He's got a chance for a 3-point play the old-fashioned way from the Finstad Carper 1 free throw line.
Now that time Isaiah Crane looked up and he had Baker on him, and he said, boy, I'm going to take him. He doesn't get him very often. Yeah. He's going to have Ifani on him the rest of this game.
Full timeout on the floor. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more second half action from the PE Center when we return. You're listening to the home of the Fighting Saints on Rewind, 94.9 FM, and online, kcap.com. Welcome back to the Carroll College PE Center. The Saints lead by 2. They'll have a chance to extend it to 3 as Derek Kramer will be at the free throw line. So, Gary, it's been hard to find open shots for the Fighting Saints. They are taking on a great defense.
They are.
And they don't have a lot of individual shot creators for the most part. So that's part of the challenge.
Well,
Tech wants you to go one-on-one. I mean,
they depend so much on Isaiah Crane, and he is awfully good at the last 4 or 5 minutes of the ball game.
Kramer knocks it down from the free throw line. Derek taking on a lot of defensive responsibilities in this one. He's got 10 points. Perfect from the line. Saints lead is 3. Keely Bake hanging in the lane, can't get it, and he fouls James Lang. Helps him up. Good display of sportsmanship. An interesting thing about Keely Bake from my vantage point is on last year's team, he kind of had just the green light. He was out there shooting threes, trying to get steals. Now he's the point guard, and he is a good passer, but it kind of takes away from just that catch and shoot.
Because he's a pure shooter. Well, if he's a 2 guard, he's a pure shooter.
They had, of course, had Krishan Dixon last year, who was awfully good. As Crane with the floater.
And he hesitates and gets you off back on your heels and then goes straight up.
5-point lead for the Saints. Under 7 to go. Harrison, tight defense on Torgerson. Bake to Ure. Now Decons. Decons has been held in check. Okiki has been playing with the 3 fouls for quite some time. Nice individual effort, scores off glass. 50-47. Round. Harrison.
Shooter! Hand up, sneak in! Hand up! What's it, Mike?
Corner is Isaiah Crane driving baseline. Draws contact multiple times. Turner's over. A lot of contact down there.
Yeah, no call.
6 minutes to go. Tech down 3. Decons been quiet in this half. Ball goes out of bounds off Isaiah Crane. Reach in, steal attempt. So we got 12 on the shot clock, 5:55 to go. Bake, the point guard, into the lane. Torgerson, feet set for 3. Can't connect, he hasn't had it. Okiki with the offensive board, and then Bake, catch and shoot 3, no good. Rebound, Harrison, he'll push the pace. He's gonna attack. He'll wait. Kicks it out, James Lang, 3 ball on the way. No good, Derek Kramer gets fouled. 50-47. That was a good job by Derek Kramer to keep the play alive.
Yeah, and Harrison busts out on the dribble off that rebound and breaks down the defense, gets his team at a wide open shot in the corner.
Foul on Keely Bake, his second. Colangers will be checking in, as will Peffer. Decons will head to the bench. Gary, this has been the quietest I think we've seen Decons.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's got 9 points and 5 rebounds.
And how many shots has he taken?
10.
Only 10 shots, yeah.
Derek Kramer, perfect from the Finstad Carver 1 free throw line. 52-47. 5:25 to go in this one. Saints up 5, trying to get to 7-6 in conference play, and just would be a game back of these Ore Diggers. Hard to believe when Tech was 8-1. Catch inside for Ure, and then the foul by Harrison.
And that's just the mismatch there. 6'8" against 6'1". Yeah, and Harrison just got it. He got caught behind, and you got to front those cutters.
That's the 7th foul on the Saints, so that will be front end, or a free throw attempt here. Diggers have 6 fouls. So now Michael Ure at the stripe. Knocks it down. We'll be seeing a fair bit of free throws, I have a feeling, coming down the stretch here.
Yeah.
52-48. Ure with one more attempt. Knocks it down. 52-49. 5:05 remaining. Crane, Lang, Harrison. Around the perimeter they go. Crane driving. Out to Kramer. James Lang. Around. Gets stolen by Peffer. And then he fouls him at midcourt. So turnover. And then a foul. And that's going to lead to free throws. James Lang checks out. Lawrence De La Cruz checks in.
Right now, Nick, I'm seeing Isaiah Crane trying to drive baseline. And I don't think he's as effective there as if he can get middle. The Tech help is so good coming on the baseline side. So much size.
Peffer knocks down the free throw. Next one on the way for Peffer, and he knocks it down.
Tied in. No, I guess Carroll's up 1 still.
1 point game. 4:40 to go. Crane. Will take the screen from Kramer. He gets help on him. De La Cruz. 52-51. Saints lead by 1. 4:24 to go. Isaiah Crane loses his footing and he turns it over. So Peffer into the front court again. And nearly a travel. Colangis, step back from the elbow, can't connect. Derek Kramer with the rebound. And the Saints have numbers. Harrison, corner, round. Ure gets back on D, so they've got 5-on-5. Under 4 minutes to go. Harrison takes the screen from Kramer. Now De La Cruz. De La Cruz driving into the lane. Kicks it out. 3-ball. Round. No good. Okiki with the board. 3:40 to go. Bake. Out to Colangis. All this happening with Decons on the bench. Peffer kicks it out. Bake for 3. Misses everything. Rebound Round. So it's 3:22 now. No Hayden Decons on the floor right now.
Good timeout by Pearson there. Coach Pearson needs to get. They look just a little uncertain what they want to do. Call a timeout and get what you want. This is a good use of a timeout.
Timeout on the floor. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more. 3:18 to go. Saints up 1. Stick with us. You're listening to the home of the Fighting Saints on Rewind 94.9 FM and online kcap.com. Welcome back to the Carroll College PE Center. Nick Dietz and Gary Turkoff from the Team Quest broadcast booth. And Gary, the Orediggers shooting 34% from the field, 25% from three, but they trail only by one.
Yeah. It's just been that kind of game.
Most of their players.
And Afani Okeke
well.
guarding Isaiah Crane.
Corner three on the way from Harrison. Short.
And he just didn't have enough room there. I like the play. I like the set.
Okeke. Nice give and go to Bake. Now Decon spinning and turning it over. De La Cruz out into the open floor. He's going to attack. Draws a lot of contact.
Oh. I can't believe he got no call there.
I know. It's been
that just
bruising afternoon.
Yeah.
So 52-51, 2:43. That was
unfortunate there.
Charge drawn by Harrison.
Great defense, Harrison. There's a young freshman with quick feet on Keeley Bake. Keeley doesn't make very many mistakes, but he thought he could get a block on Harrison there, and he just beat him to the spot.
His third foul. De La Cruz off to Harrison. They're going to try to go into the post to Kramer. He gets the catch.
Straight up! Straight up!
He draws defenders. Crane for three. Buries it. Isaiah Crane with a big three. 55-51, 2:05 to go. That was huge, Gary.
Yes, it was.
Okeke dribbling between the legs, defended by Isaac Brown. Harrison, now Decon's going baseline, spinning and weaving in the lane. Can't convert. Okeke with the offensive board. He misses from point blank range. And Isaac Brown clears it. Two bunnies missed.
Yeah.
By two of their better players.
Those were bunnies.
De La Cruz. Harrison. They're trying to get it to Isaiah Crane. And clearly Tech wants to keep it away from him. Okeke drawing the defensive assignment. Now they switch off to Peffer. Spinning and weaving. Crane. Shot up and no good just before the shot clock. We're down to 114. Tech into the front court. Peffer picks up his dribble, sends it off to Ure. Now Decon's for three in the corner. Short, but he follows it up. Derek Kramer with a great
a perfect
contest.
block. Oh!
Everybody's.
Oh! That one hurt. And he's saying with the body, maybe he did, but he was absolutely pure on top.
Dan Pearson wants the review on this.
They won't give him a review, I don't think.
I'm still trying to figure out, Gary, when do you get a review?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Yeah, not on a judgment call, I guess, on a foul like that.
So it's 1:03 to go, 55-51. Decon's at the line, flanks it off the back iron. And how many times have we seen Hayden Decons reject a player?
Yeah.
And he gets swatted, but draws the foul.
Yeah.
1 for 2 at the line for Decons. 55-52, three-point game. 1:03 to go. Timeout on the floor. Fighting Saints up 3. We'll take a 30-second here, and we'll be back with the remainder from the Fighting Saints home floor when we return. You're listening to Carroll Basketball on Rewind 94.9 FM, online, kcap.com.
I don't like the ref with the tats.
All right, welcome back to the Carroll College PE Center. Nick Dietz and Gary Turcott. 1:03 remaining, 55-52. Gary, the Saints were able to limit the Tech to 1 point on that possession. Deacons at the line made 1 of 2. They have possession now. Coach Pearson, they got a timeout.
And so what Coach Adam Hyatt's got to decide, are we going to foul and because they'd have to make some front ends and one ends, or are we going to try to get a stop? And this is always it just depends how good a free throw shooting team you're playing against. My guess is they'll try to get a stop, and they won't foul.
30 seconds on the shot clock, so that's essentially the Saints could take it down to about 33 seconds in the game, but it's a 3-point margin, so 1 possession. It looks like Peffer was an intentional foul, essentially.
So they wanted to foul. I don't think they wanted to do that. That's a 1-on-1.
Yeah. So Isaiah Moore checks in. Derek Kramer heads to the bench. And it looked like that's what they
did
wanted.
That on purpose. I don't know that they wanted to. Just looking at the Tech coaches,
He was holding
I think that
him
was
for
a
dear
surprise.
life.
Yeah.
It's not like Isaac's not a good shooter. That's the part I don't get.
So he's got the front end. 8 fouls on the Orediggers. So the next 2 fouls, Carroll will have the 1-on-1. 9 on Carroll. So the next foul by Carroll, Orediggers will have 2.
Round knocks down the first free throw. Saints lead is 4. The Englishman, freshman. He's got another attempt here. And he knocks it down. It's a 2 for 2 for Isaac Round. 55 seconds, 5-point margin. Can the Saints defense slow down the Orediggers because time is the enemy of Montana Tech? Torgerson throws out to Ure. Step back 3. And he misses everything. Decons with the offensive board, can't connect. And then Okiki gets the board and put back. 36.2. Isaiah Crane gets the catch, and he's fouled. Okiki on the offensive glass.
Yeah. Oh, he's a force.
34.4. Isaiah Crane heads to the line.
And this is the last time it'll be 1-on-1. After this, it'll be 2.
He leads the team with 15. 2 for 2 from the line. Saints have only missed 1 from the line so far today. They lead by 3. 34.4 ticks remaining. Nothing but net. Crane extends it to 4. This one also a big one. Isaiah Crane, freshman from Portland, Oregon. Misses that one. So the rebound comes out to Ure. Harrison's on Bake. 28 seconds. Torgerson. Good defense by the Saints right now. Keely Bake is fouled by Crane. That's on the floor, but he'll get free throws, of course. That's the 9th foul, or 10th on the Saints, so that's 2 shots. We got a timeout on the floor by Dan Pearson, so 19.9 remaining and a 4-point lead, but 2 free throws coming. So Gary, Saints trying to white knuckle this one home.
Yeah. Well, they hit their free throws. Well, they missed the one there. But I didn't see that foul. I mean, he called it a foul, so it's a foul. We'll leave it at that. Yeah.
There's been, what we've noticed for the most part is that the loose ball fouls have not been happening, but when we see on-ball stuff is where the calls have come from.
Yeah, and I knew this was going to be a really hard game to officiate. I did, because they're so physical on defense, and the ball's not going in for either team with any real consistency. So that's when it really is a difficult game to referee. And for the most part, these guys have done a real good job. They have.
58-54. Keely Bake will be headed to the free throw line. In this one, Isaiah Crane's got 16. Derek Kramer has 12. Isaac Round with 8. It's been a grinded out game. Just think 2 days ago, they scored 101.
Yeah.
And now they're hoping to get to 60.
Yeah, we knew this would be just a whole different kind of defense that you play.
But the Orediggers, Keely Bake 4 for 10. Hayden Deacons 4 for 13.
Yeah.
Okiki 4 for 12. Ure 2 for 8. I mean, they have just not had it, and they're still in it.
Yeah.
Credit to their defense. Yeah. So Keely Bake, Fairfield native, knocks down the first free throw. He leads the team with 13 now. He's got one more. And he knocks it down. So the lead is 2. Saints need to inbound this cleanly. Try to burn some clock. Isaiah Moore gets the catch.
That's, I don't know that you want him. You don't want him to catch it.
No, he's not the best free throw shooter out there for them.
No. Yeah.
And he actually heads to the bench. Taylor Cruz checks in. So if you're going to foul someone in your tech, I think it's Derek Kramer.
Probably.
You got 4 guards essentially out there, and Derek Kramer at the post. So they get it into Crane. He drops it off to Harrison, and Harrison's fouled. They burn a little clock, down to 14. So Kellen Harrison, quiet night for him. 3 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. But he's got a chance to extend this to 2 possessions. Adam Hyatt wants a timeout. We're into the timeout fest. So Carroll College up 2. Kellen Harrison will head to the free throw line. 14 seconds remaining. Adam Hyatt calls a timeout. So what do we got at stake here? We've got 8-4 Montana Tech, 6-6 Carroll. Carroll wins this. They pull within 1 game, and they'll have 2 games left.
And Carroll's had such a strong second half of the season, and they don't want to get swept by Tech, especially at home. So this is just an important game for a lot of mentally, psychologically, and get to 500 on the year. But Tech doesn't go away easy.
Let's see if I can pull up the other scores that
the Argo score
on the Mike Miller State Farm Insurance scoreboard. Oh boy! So final from Billings, 62-52. The Battling Bears with the victory, and then we have overtime in Dillon.
Whoa!
32 seconds remaining. Montana Western 98. Providence 92. So the Bulldogs up 6 in overtime.
Wow.
So,
yeah,
Kellen Harrison misses the first free throw. This is an important one. We put the Saints up 3, and he knocks it down. And we got yet another timeout.
It makes a difference now when Tech now has to go for 3. I don't think you can go for 2 here. I think you have to shoot a 3. So you probably switch every screen, jump switch out. You can even consider fouling. Now, I never could do it, but some coaches will do it.
I love it, personally,
yeah. Do you?
Because right now all I can look at is the fact that the Orediggers are shooting 23% from beyond the arc, and it would feel like
they're
just that time for the one to finally fall.
Yeah.
You don't want this to go into overtime. You know that much.
Yeah.
However,
there's
a lot that goes with fouling and doing it correctly. You've mentioned this before.
Yeah.
You kind of have your philosophies,
but you don't want to give them an and one. If somebody drives the basket, you can't foul them. So you want to make them take a 3-point shot from the perimeter that's contested without fouling them. And if he makes it, they make it. Or you can foul right away and make him shoot 2 free throws.
Kind of crazy to think, Gary, that if the Argos end up dropping it, and then Tech, if the Saints can hang on, all of a sudden a bye is in play.
Yeah, it is.
It becomes a cluster at that point.
It does.
So Hayden Deacons Inbounding, Keely Bake bringing it up the floor. De La Cruz helping. Now Decons. Passes on the interior, and Okiki scores a 2. 5.6 remaining. Saints need to get it inbounds. As it round runs the baseline. They get it up.
Ref. Carroll had a layup, and after the ball was released, and he's got a dead duck layup, he calls a foul way behind the ball. Way behind the ball. Carroll's got a wide open layup. The ball's 30 feet out of his hands.
So Kellen Harrison he got it up to Isaiah Moore. Isaiah Moore would have had, I don't think they could have caught him.
No.
They're going to review this.
Oh, my goodness.
So it's 3.6 remaining, 59-58. They elected to go for the 2. Okiki got the basket.
Yeah. That was just, I can't believe that call. I really can't. That one is a heartbreaker. That game was over. Carroll had a wide open. He wouldn't even have had to shoot it. He could have just run the clock out. None of the Tech players were over half court. Carroll would have caught it at about the free throw line, and the referee calls way behind the ball, way after he calls that foul. Yeah.
So we've got currently 3.6 seconds remaining.
Yeah.
59-58. Saints lead by 1. They're trying to pick up their first victory over the Orediggers of the season. They dropped the first 2. They could move to 7-6 in the conference. Tech would fall to 8-5. And we would have the Diggers, who are on the losing streak right now, would continue that free fall. So I'll look back and we'll check the score again on the Mike Miller State Farm Insurance scoreboard. For all your insurance needs and a complimentary insurance review on your home, life, or auto, call Mike Miller State Farm Insurance. So we've got Rocky with the win. They're coming to town on Thursday. And now it's 192, 11 seconds remaining in overtime. So Providence, Gary, has given up 100 in back-to-back games.
Wow.
They're gonna lose.
Of course, this was an overtime, but yeah, this is going to be a cluster if Carroll can pull this one out.
You'd have 8-5 Tech, 8-5 Providence, 7-6 Carroll, 7-6 Western. As they're all over.
After all that, they're leaving at 3.6.
So Rocky is 7-6. So you'd have 3 teams at 7-6, 2 at 8-5. And Kellen Harrison clanks another free throw. So he's 1 for 3, Gary, from the line. 3.6 seconds remaining. He misses this one on purpose. And gets the board.
But you don't get to advance it here. So Tech can go for a 2 and win it.
So that was obviously a strategic choice by Dan Pearson.
Yeah.
So the miss by Harrison that's a tough one.
Yeah. Well, they've got the length of the floor to go.
3 seconds.
3 seconds is a long time, And
fouling. Any foul sends them to the line.
Yeah, so you got to be careful. You remember the Duke play where you throw it the full length of the court and catch it at the free throw line. I'd hate to see that. I'd hate to see Okeke catch that there, or either him or Torgerson catch that there, or even Decons catch it there on a full length pass.
So the Saints have led the majority of this half. The end of game situation, though, not great free throw shooting down the stretch. And they need one stop to pick up a victory over their rivals, the Orediggers.
And no timeouts left for either team. So
59-58. Reminder, we'll have the post-game show powered by Placer Subaru. We'll clean up this one. Look ahead to next week. Fighting Saints up 1 3 seconds feels like an eternity right now. But like you said, Gary,
They
no
might
timeouts.
they might even throw a long to Okeke, I think.
So Decons will
Decon's taking it out.
Yep. He's talking with the official about, can I step? Can I go? Derek Kramer defending the inbounds. Decons throws it to midcourt. Okeke, Torgerson, 3-ball for the win, and he misses it. So the Fighting Saints hold on, 59-58 in a close victory. Carroll's first win over the Ore Diggers. This year they escape 59-58. We'll take a break. We'll be back with the post-game show when we return. Saints victorious. You're listening to the home of Carroll basketball on Rewind 94.9 FM and online, kcap.com. I thought he was going to make it.
It looked like
that was a good look.
It was a good play. He ran a good play. It was a good look.